Good afternoon, monkeys. Wow, it has been a while since I said that one. Welcome to an all-new series here at Coaster Monkey Studios. Who's excited? I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. It has been a while. Most of you have been asking what's been going on. Where have I been? How come I haven't had any vlogs up? How come I haven't gone to done any Planet Coaster? And here it is, first new vlog of 2021. This is Lake George Amusement Park. So super excited on this one. So to give you a little background on this one in a moment, but where have I been? Well, basically I need to take a step away from social for a little bit. I focused on me, family, holidays, and then we had gotten sick. We got COVID. So I've been sick for the past month, and this is my hurrah and welcome back. I woke up out of my sickness and I was inspired to build, and that's what you're looking at here. So where did this come from? What are you looking at? Well, you are looking at the entryway, and this is what we're working on right now, of Lake George Amusement Park. And this is inspired by, no, it's a blatant rip-off copy. It's 90% exactly the same of Canopy Lake Amusement Park. Now, for those of you that don't know Canopy Lake Amusement Park, where Canopy Lake Amusement Park is, it is located in Salem, New Hampshire. It is stunning, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous amusement park. It is what I call the biggest little amusement park in America. There's actually a vlog for that. If you guys haven't seen that, I will throw a link up for the vlog up top there. But it was an amazing trip. We went there and got to experience this mom and pop type feel amusement park. If you've ever been to Kennywood, it's kind of like that same kind of vibe. You know, it's super quaint. It's very flat centric. Tons of flats. They have 4 coasters. They've got a vintage, historic PTC built in 1923 called Yankee Cannonball. They've got a Gerstlauer Infinity 320. They've got a Arrow Corkscrew and an awesome powered Dragon coaster. And again, if you haven't seen that vlog, definitely check that out. You'll get to see all those coasters on off-ride video. But yeah, so being at that park, I was super inspired by basically what they had to offer. You know, it was so quaint. I mean, that is the best word that we all use throughout that whole vlog. It's such a quaint park, and that's what I wanted to capture in PlanCo, in Planet Coaster. The biggest challenge that I went through with Monkey Landia, and we'll get to that in a moment, but the biggest challenge I ran into with Monkey Landia is it was very grand. I think it happens to every PlanCo builder. They want to build the biggest, baddest, bestest thing in the world, their very first thing. And it turns out being so big and so morose, for lack of a better word, you know, computer can't handle it, right? And that's kind of what started happening in my computer. I started getting the stutter in the game, and it was driving me absolutely bonkers. So that's the reason why, you know, Monkey Landia is on a pause. Am I going to revisit Monkey Landia? At one point, yes, maybe. I'm not going to say definitely, but most likely. It's a most likely. I need to feel inspired, and right now I don't feel inspired with that park. And my inspiration, and with a game like this, a creative game like this, inspiration is everything, right? You got to have that bug. You've got to get bitten by the bug of inspiration in order to create. And I think that's where my brick wall that I slammed into, that's where it came from. I lost that inspiration. You know, it was a very big park. Or it was a very big entrance. Really, all I built was the entrance. And if you don't know what Monkey Landia is, there's a whole series on Monkey Landia. You guys can check that out. I'll put a link up top as well for Monkey Landia. But yeah, so here we are, Lake George Amusement Park. So what are we doing right now on screen? Well, right now we did our entryway arch here. And for those of you that don't know what Canopy Lake's entryway looks like, I would definitely suggest looking at that up. That is amazing. And it's pretty close, pretty close. But yeah, so we've got our entryway arch here, and then you've got 4 columns surrounding this arch, done with the silverette shingle technique. I'm going to be concerned at some point or another, and I know it, on piece count. So I've got to be conscious of piece count, I think, which is something I have a very huge challenge doing. I tend to not really pay mind to that, hence that carousel in the background. That carousel in the background is actually what started this whole park here. We will take a look at that carousel at another point in time, and I'll let you guys see that. But pay no attention to the carousel behind the curtain. So yeah, I wanted to capture this like quaint vibe that Canopy Lake has to offer. And I think I'm starting to get there. You know, what I've done thus far, and obviously, you know, this video or my build is far beyond where this video is, right? Because I needed to build some B-roll in order to cut a good video. But where I'm at now with the entrance and the exterior, I've created something that I feel is just the right amount of generic theming, right? I don't want to say theming because it's really not themed, right? It's generic, very generica, right? And that's where I'm at right now, and I'm very pleased with kind of what has been built so far. One thing you're going to notice that I tend to go back and forth with a lot with pieces, excuse me, as I'm trying to figure out what's going to work best. The whole intention here for me is to create a look and a feel of a real life structure with the pieces that are allotted to us in game. And that's kind of where the vibe is, I think, with the park right now, and kind of what you're going to see. So there's a lot of back and forth with pieces. You're going to see me fumbling around a little bit, maybe digging through the menu for a minute. But the whole idea about this particular, excuse me, this particular series, it's going to be very different from the last one. You know, the whole vibe is going to be, you know, just free flowing. You know, whatever direction it takes me, it takes me. Last series was very, this episode I'm going to do this. This episode I'm going to do this. And we're not going to do that for this series. This series is really just going to be, let's see where it goes. And I will start and stop episodes where I think they kind of flow best, you know? And you'll see that with this episode here as it continues, kind of where we end off the episode. But that being said, how often are we going to be posting episodes? Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a weekly series every Thursday afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. So essentially that means around 8 p.m. for those of you in the European, Eastern European area-ish, 9 o'clock at night. And I figure it's a good time because, you know, it's around noon for the West Coast here in the States. Excuse me, sorry. I had a message and like distracted me. That was weird. But yeah, so I figure it's a good time, a good median time for you guys to check these out. But yeah, so one of the things that I think that I keep running into with this build is the balance between getting that super highly detailed aesthetic and not overflowing pieces and killing pieces. You know, I don't want to get that stutter. That stutter, it bothers me. If it doesn't run smooth, I can't play the game. It's like, you know, and I don't want to build on pause because, as you're going to see shortly, I like to build with people in my park. So if there's any of you out there, comment down below if you like to build with people in your park. If you're anything like me, yeah, I totally build with people in my park, man. I love to see the energy, the vibe, kind of where the traffic flow is. You know, I build with peeps there. So it's kind of my thing, and I dig it. I hope you guys dig it too, because you're going to see a lot of it coming soon. Where I'm right now with the park, there's just people everywhere, and I'm just like, oh my God. But yeah, so one of the main focuses I'm having, I think, for this, like I said, is really matching or managing that piece count, and I think I do a pretty good job for the most part. You know, there's a couple things where I question my sanity in kind of what I go after and kind of the detailing that I want to achieve with whatever it is that I'm building. So I think the park right now is at about maybe 50,000 pieces. And we've only got the entrance done and very, very basic pathing done for the majority of the entryway area. And we placed some rides at this point, so you'll see those in the coming episodes, which is cool. We've got one coaster built already. It's coming up. So we're gonna have guests. We're totally gonna have guests. I got a few people building coasters for me. So my intention, and they don't know it yet, but they will after seeing this video, that I'm going to ask them to join on an episode. You know, some people have already built coasters for me, which is pretty cool. We've got a request by the one and only nerd Chacho, Aaron, amazing designer. If you've not seen his stuff, link up top for Nerd Chacho's most recent series, how to reel up your park. I mean, he's a genius. So we're gonna do a little bit of a collab. He's gonna jump into a little section for the park here, which will be super fun. And yeah, I'm gonna let the video flow for a bit. I want you guys to kind of see what I do here, and I will come back shortly and let you just vibe with the vibe, man. Catch you guys in a bit. All right. So as you see there, we were able to take the same aesthetic that we had on the main tower, bring it over to our little quote-unquote ticket booth, information booth that we have here off to the left-hand side. And essentially what happens from this point on is it becomes a massive copy and paste vibe for these little ticket booths, which is pretty cool. I do love the way it all kind of meshed together. You know, the colors of Canopy Lake, they are like a hunter green with like a really cool pale yellow. So I utilized those same colors, but turned it more into like a seafoam green. And that's what you're going to see is the base color everywhere. And then that banana yellow. Ooh, banana yellow. Yes, that's totally it. It's totally banana yellow for monkeys. But yes, the banana yellow and this seafoam green was a really cool color combination, and we went forward with that. But now what we do is basically copy and paste straight the way through, and we're able to extend the entry gates out to the left and to the right. One thing you'll also see is there's pathways on the floor. Do not pay mind to any pathways. What I like to do, and this is a technique that I do, is I lay out pathways and put down rides, and I put down, you know, where I want like a gray box for a building, and I place everything down, and then I come back and I delete it as I'm building. But it gives me a general idea. It's almost like a mock-up or like a stencil drawing on a canvas before you actually oil paint, you know. And that's kind of what you know, I'm probably the best way to explain what I do here. So if you're gonna see pathing that's gonna appear, it's gonna disappear until the path covers are put down. The paths aren't permanent. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this. Don't think, oh my God, he made like this crazy weird path. No, it's 90% of the time the path is going to get deleted and changed. Just be mindful of that. And it's a really great technique. It's something you guys should try if you're into, or if you're trying to create a park layout. Even if you do something very small, you know, lay out your pathways first around your rides, and then do your path covers over. And you'll see how we do that in the coming episodes, laying out path covers and the level of not theming, but I would say it's a lot of gardening. There's a lot of gardening, actually, now that I think about it. A lot of gardening, a lot of trim detail. Trim detail is everything. You notice how on all of the roofs, there's a trim detail at every edge, every corner. Same thing with the information booths or ticket booths. There's trim around all of that. Again, it's all about that aesthetic. Just add that little touch of finishing detail, and that's really what elevates your overall look and vibe of what you're building. You know, it's that's how you take it to the next level, you know. And I think that's what when you feel like your build is not there, or you feel like something's missing, usually it's a trim or an edge or the minor detail. And that's something that I'm going to definitely have you guys look out for as we're building here. Look out for those details, because those details really do elevate the overall look of what you're trying to create. But here we are, we're running up to the end of this video. Guys, thank you so much for joining to the end. Excited for this new series, and we will catch you next week here at Coaster Monkey Studios. Thanks so much for joining. Catch you then.